In South Africa, what we've seen since about 2008, which many South Africans will be familiar with, that was the year that load shedding started. We've seen effectively that Eskom power was very cheap actually in 2008. Globally, it was amongst the cheapest power in the world. And we've seen about 12 or 13 years of pretty severe tariff increases, hyperinflationary tariff increases, which now mean that power is about 200% more expensive than it was about a decade ago. Now that's obviously occurred in parallel to pretty rapid declines in the costs of alternative technologies, specifically wind and solar, and also more recently battery technologies. But we've really seen dramatic decreases, particularly in solar PV. And effectively the cost now of a solar PV generator, whether it's a small one or a large one, a generic solar PV generator, is considerably lower than the typical costs of Eskom, or the typical Eskom tariffs. Solar PV is generally cheaper than Eskom's cheapest tariff structure. That cost gap is really driving the growth of the sector in South Africa, and it's really driving businesses who are increasingly battling with electricity as one of their largest overheads to aggressively seek alternatives. In parallel, the industry itself has, the local industry and the global solar industry, has become significantly more experienced. There's a lot more skill in the market. There's a lot more viable service providers, and with really a track record, who can deliver these types of solutions to energy consumers in the market. And it's really driving quite staggering growth of embedded solutions in the face of actually quite severe policy barriers and regulatory barriers. We still see quite significant uptake of solar PV solutions, purely driven by a cost-saving benefit that is attached to these technologies, and then obviously as well as environmental benefits and other offshoots that come from that.